I was just reading that interview with you in the LA Times or whatever it was. Some local rock station played Welcome to the Jungle, and I'll never forget hearing that for the first time. That was the first time I heard it. I'm like, what is this?
That was 100% this radio station.
Okay.
This was all I listened to when I was a teenager, when I was a kid even. I mean, it was what you listened to.
Yeah.
Rock, metal, prog, and everything in between. Welcome to this episode of Talkin' Rock with Meltdown. Don't forget to follow the audio-only Talkin' Rock podcast on all podcast platforms. And now, it's time for today's conversation. Here's Meltdown.
Hey guys, Meltdown here with the Violent Hour in the studio. Of course, they're out on tour right now, touring with the guys from Steel Panther. One of my favorite bands. I've seen them in, man, I can't tell you how many states. I saw them when they were in middle school.
Same.
Yeah. In 2004, I think was the first time I ever saw them. So,
yeah, when I first moved to LA, they were playing at the Viper Room every Monday night, and guess where I was every Monday night?
Yeah, wow. Did you tell them about that?
I'll tell them eventually.
Oh, really? You've never?
I don't think I've ever told them that. You'd think that they would just remember that,
of course,
right?
You know. I saw him at the Roxy in 2004, and this girl who I know, Erica, who you may actually know, she says, just go up to the guy at the front door and tell him, you know me or something. He goes, oh, that's great, $12. So, anyways, Carla Harvey's here, and is it? Are you still keeping the Harvey?
I'm, once a Harvey, always a Harvey. Okay. So I think I'm going to be a Harvey forever.
I didn't want to, offend you or nothing, but we'll talk about that here in a bit. But introduce your band here, the Violent Hour.
Awesome. So Carla vocals. You guys want to introduce yourselves? Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Sasha. I'm the drummer.
I'm Kiana, the lead guitarist.
Hi, I'm Jewel. I'm the bassist. I'm Allie Kay. I play guitar and backup vocals.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you guys record this record and then bring the girls in, or how did this work?
So yeah, out of necessity, when I left Butcher Babies, I had basically myself and then an incredibly talented person that I happened to live with. So we worked together to write all the songs for the Violent Hour. But it was never going to be a Carla. I just made a little name for us. It was never going to be a Carla and Charlie project. I wanted a band, and that was something I was very passionate about. So as soon as I was done writing the first batch of songs, I set out to look for the perfect bandmates, and I really, really wanted to have an all-girl band. It's been a dream of mine my whole life to have an all-girl band, and man, the comments, well, you're never going to find that. That's going to suck. You're never going to find the right people. And it took a minute, but each one of these girls is incredible, and I'm so lucky that I found them. And of course, they'll be featured on the next album, which will be out in the spring, and then hopefully we'll start writing songs together too. So it's really exciting.
That's awesome. So with you guys, first of all, tell me where you're all from, and tell me about the process of auditioning for Carla. So go ahead, start with you.
I'm from Los Angeles. I've lived there my whole life, and I came into Carla's band last, really. A mutual friend had reached out to me and reached out to Carla that she was looking for a guitarist. So we messaged, we talked, and then I sent in some videos doing some singing, and she liked me enough.
She didn't just send in some videos though. She sent in, so I had already picked somebody else, and I hate saying that, but it's the truth. And then Allie sent in videos, and I was like, all right, I got to make a really tough call and say, never mind. Because I had to have Allie in the band. She was the perfect finishing touch for us.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
Well, it's a long story, but I'll keep it short. So I'm from Los Angeles as well. Most of us are.
Yeah.
I've lived in Los Angeles my whole life, and I have been playing music for the past 15 years with my family band, and then I've known these two girls for the past 10 plus years. We all used to be teenagers playing these shows around LA, in Southern California, and basically they hit me up around the beginning of August saying hey, there's a really great opportunity for an all-female rock band, and I was as soon as they said all-female rock band, and I was already doing other little projects with mainly all males, I was please save me, that I'm in. So yeah, they hit me up, and I just knew it was going to be really good because I've known them for so long.
Yeah, and
families.
you say the family band. She does have a little bit of a Partridge Family vibe. It meets Scooby Doo or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So I already knew I was very comfortable with them, and I've seen them over the years and played gigs with them. Like we've kind of like grown up together in a sort of way. So as soon as they hit me up for the opportunity, I didn't even know Carla or what I was getting myself into, but I just knew I love music. I love jamming with females and all female rock band, and I love rock. So it's like, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, why not? You know?
Yeah, and you guys are from Los Angeles too, then?
Yes, we're actually
Okay,
sisters.
so everyone's.
Yeah, we're sisters.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's sisters in there. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're both from Los Angeles. So basically, I got a message on Instagram. It was from Carla, and I remember looking at it and going like, I gotta be catfished. Like,
We were talking about it last night, and it was the same time that Brittany Ferlin had the catfishing thing with Ronnie Radke.
Oh, yeah.
And so
that's
she
right.
heard exact words, was like, "Am I being Ronnie Radke right now?" I was like, "Yeah, meet me at my house for rehearsal."
so I was like, there's no way. And I actually called my sister, and at the time, it looked like they already maybe had like a lineup maybe going on, and so they just hit me up as lead guitarist, and I was like, sure, you know. And my sister was like, make sure that's legit. And so I looked it up and I was like, no, sure enough, it is the Carla Harvey, you know, that's hitting me up. So I told her, I was like, of course, I'm interested. Let's do this. And so she's like, well, send me a video. And I was like, okay. So I remember just picking the first song. I'm like, what could I learn fast? I was like, let's do Sick Ones. And then I was learning it. And then I got to the John Faisal and I was like, oh, this is not, okay. You know, I have my work cut out. So I sent it actually pretty fast. Learned it, sent it. And she messaged me and she just put, yay, thank you. And I was like, oh, great. I was like, I don't know if I got this gig. I was like, oh, well. And next thing you know, I was in a group chat with a bunch of girls, and she's like, you know, you're the lead guitarist, and here's all the whole lineup. Well, I guess that lineup at the time, it just wasn't working out. You know, there was a lot of obstacles, and the drummer at the time kind of just didn't show up to the rehearsal that we were supposed to have.
Literally didn't
altogether.
show up and
Yeah.
texted 2 weeks later, "Hey, are we still having a rehearsal?"
Oh, my
When they already So I remember Charlie actually messaging in the group chat and was like, I'll be there. And I was like, oh, great. And I wasn't nervous for him actually being there. I was just excited because I'm a huge thrash metal fan. I grew up with all that stuff. So I'm like, Charlie Benante is going to be at the rehearsal? So he came. And we played for him, and he played with us. And basically at the end of the rehearsal, he just really liked it. And he was like, you're in. And I guess
He's
everyone
like,
was
"You're
out.
in, everyone else is out."
And he was like, well, do you know a drummer? I was like, well, actually, I do. And then that goes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was funny because I got the call from my sister, which is really random because it doesn't really call. But it was like on a weird time. And I remember being like, oh, okay. And so I answered it, and she was like, so, you know, and we actually were in a Pantera tribute together.
I was going to say, is this a VP Dime thing? You guys have to travel together,
So
right?
we were in a Pantera tribute, but I kind of went away from that for a little bit. I took a little bit of a hiatus just for life stuff. And when she gave me the call, she was like, you know, so I did the rehearsal with Carla Harvey's band yesterday, but the drummer didn't show up, and they're actually looking for a drummer. And I thought of you, you know, and I was like, hell yeah, like, yeah, I'll definitely do it. I didn't even have to think twice. And right away, I, you know, was like, send me all the songs and I'll learn them. And we learned them. I learned them in a week, and then we sent the videos to both Charlie and Carla, and yeah, they really liked it because I'm here now.
That's awesome. But you know, Carla, it's like one thing to get musicians, but then you got to live with them on the road too.
I mean, it's going pretty well. Actually, I'm surprised at how well it's going. I mean, it's hard to get out on the road, especially if it's your first time on the road, and just dealing with just the life stuff, like, you know, getting up, finding your bathroom, doing all the things. And we're on a bandwagon, we're not on a full bus, so we have beds at least to sleep in. We've got, you know, all the necessities, but it is hard. It's a jar to your system to be out there on the road, and they're handling it so well. And you know, I think the assumption is that girls can't, you know, coexist without being in cat fights every day or getting on each other's nerves. But it's been really comfortable. And I think that we're all learning each other's personalities and maybe when to step back if someone's having a bad day. But there hasn't even really been bad days yet. I don't think, nothing catastrophic, and we're having a great time. It's, I don't know. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us have worked with female musicians too. We've all come from a background where we've all done female like just bands in general. So we just it just meshed really well.
Yeah.
And she just mentioned John 5, of course, who's from here. And you got Zakk Wylde on the song as well. So tell me about working with John 5, and did the Detroit thing connect you guys, or you just know him for years?
Well, I toured with John in 2013 on Mayhem Fest. I sang on one of his songs. Well,
that's right.
It was like I said a couple words on one of his songs, so he owed me a favor.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, no, he's great. He's a great friend. And we asked him to do the solo, and when I asked Zakk and John to do the solos, I didn't ask for anything specific. I said, listen to it and see what you want to do with it. I'm not going to tell them what to play.
Right.
And when I got John 5's solo back, I literally burst out into tears because it was the most wild, cool thing I had heard in so long, and I could not believe that it was for my song. He sent it isolated to me in a text, and I just my mind was blown that that's where he went with that song. And it's absolutely perfect. It's chaotic. I'm obsessed with it. It really made the song.
And I was gonna say, whose job is it to emulate it every?
Kiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
How hard is it? I mean, John, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's really good. It could be difficult sometimes, especially like this weather. I'm I gotta have my hands warmed up. But no, yeah, I just kind of dissected it, learned it, and then try to get all the effects, because he has a lot of effects on it. So it's one of the funner solos. It's just, well, actually all the solos are really good. They're all fun, and get to play all those guys' stuff. These are like people that I grew up with, so it's like, this is really cool. I get to play that.
Yeah, and you guys are gonna be at the Machine Shop tomorrow. You've played at the Machine Shop.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, have you guys never been there before?
No.
Awesome place. The bands love playing the Machine Shop for good reason. You'll find out why, because Kevin and his staff are so great. The place is awesome, and I think it's sold out, right?
It's sold out tomorrow, and it's an iconic place, and it's always a party. So I'm excited to and it's always fun for me to play a hometown show.
Yeah.
Always. Of course, my mom's gonna be there, my dad, and just it's just fun. Friends from high school come, and it's one big party night when you.
That's
when you hit
so
Detroit.
cool. Yeah, you forget about that sometimes. So did your mom and dad? I'm assuming they went to your wedding, right?
Yes.
It was like the rock and roll wedding of the decade. It seems like. So tell me about that.
You gotta throw a party.
Yeah, that looked like an awesome party. I know a lot of my friends there. Chris Jericho and Tim. I was just talking about a little while ago, and man, what a party.
Yeah, well, like I said, if you're gonna do something, you got to do it big, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm not the kind of girl who ever thought about weddings or anything like that. I always thought more about my funeral and what I was gonna wear to my funeral and weird stuff like that. But
Perfectly normal.
yeah, maybe they're the same, one and the same, weddings and funerals. I don't know, but yeah, I figured that we'd throw a big party, and everyone was traveling to Las Vegas. We had over 200 people go to Las Vegas to see it, so you got to show them a good time, right?
No, it looked like it was really fun. I don't go to weddings. I don't really like them, but I might have gone to that one. I don't know. I just got married, myself and my wife. We just got married in Vegas. That was it. I'm like, I don't even want to bother with a wedding.
Yeah. Well, Vegas is fun. Vegas is the place for weddings.
Yeah. The best piece of advice I ever got, which I will tell you real fast, and I'll name drop, Kid Rock's dad told me, my wife and I, he goes, you should take your wife out. You guys should go out at least once a week. And so we do. We go out twice a week. I told him before he passed away, I go, that was great advice you gave me. I go, we go out twice a week. I go out on Tuesday and she goes out on Thursday. See, there, you guys can. All right. Moving on. But so tell me about the new record. You said you already have some stuff lined up for next year?
Yeah. One of the songs that is going to be on the new record we're playing, it's the first song in our set, and it's banger. It's incredible. I mean, I love it. It's so much fun to play. A lot of the stuff on the new album is really, really heavy.
On the new one that's coming out?
The new one that's coming out in the spring. So
it's heavier than what you have out now.
Yeah. So I think that the first EP, I had a lot of things to say that I had bottled up, and I had a a lot of emotions, and I wanted to also explore sides of myself that I never got to in Butcher Babies. So there's songs like The Violent Hour that are very different. Sex and Cigarettes, which is the first song that I wrote for The Violent Hour, is very different than anything I've ever written. It's very 90s, kind of poppy, but also has a really, slamming bridge to it and an ending. But I wanted to concentrate on songwriting that wasn't necessarily metal. And like Heller Hollywood is very Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith to me. Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of stuff that I loved when I was a kid, growing up. That's what I was really inspired by. So I wanted to play into all of that, all of those inspirations. And so, this first Violent Hour EP has so many different like flavors on it, and we're keeping that up on the full length, but also throwing in some more like thrash elements and just a little bit more metal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because this record does sound different than anything you did with the Butcher Babies. It's funny you mentioned Guns N' Roses. I was just reading that interview with you in the LA Times or whatever it was, and you said that the local rock station, maybe it was Riff, I don't know, but some local rock station played "Welcome to the Jungle," and I'll never forget hearing that for the first time. That was the first time I heard it. I'm like, what is this?
That was 100% this radio station.
Okay.
This was all I listened to when I was a teenager, when I was a kid even. I mean, it was what you listened to.
Yeah.
So for forever. So I was a kid and it came on the radio and I was sitting in the backseat of my stepdad's car and all the hair raised up on my arms. And that was when I knew I loved music.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just I liked music and I loved music and I wanted to be a part of it. And then when I saw the pictures of Guns N' Roses, I was like, what? I still wear motorcycle boots every day of my life to this day. I mean, when there's that moment when you're a kid and you kind of become who you're going to be. And it was like that moment.
What was your guys' musical gateway?
I had a dad that was a metalhead, hard rock. So I grew up with a bunch of stuff. One of my favorite bands, or actually what inspired me, was Marty Freeman from Megadeth.
Yeah.
I would just listen to that so much, and I was like, I want to be that. So the first song I ever tried to learn was Holy Wars, and I was
for God's sake.
So I was into that, all types of bands, They said that I was dancing in diapers listening to Kiss when I was a kid, and this is just my sister and I. We just always grew up with hard rock, metal. That was just us,
Yeah, what about you guys?
Oh, man. I've listened to so much different music, even from a young age. I think just from my dad's influences with, classic rock, metal. I remember him playing Rammstein for me when I was very young, and then taking me to a Rammstein concert.
It sounds like good parenting.
Yeah. But then also, finding love in stuff like Fleetwood Mac and David Bowie were really big inspirations for me. And I kind of fall into some of the fusion world as well, with Mike Stern on guitar. I'm all over the place, but I love taking as much influence from those musicians as possible, even to my playing now. So,
same. My dad's influence musically had a big part of what I've really listened and grown up listening to, bands like Motley Crue, Enough's Enough. My dad, anywhere we went, anywhere we drove for errands or anything we were doing, he always had that type of music playing. But then my mom, Tom Petty and the Carpenters, again from my dad, voices like that, listening lyrics, and it moved to had a lot of music inspiration for me to to do for myself. And I love Beach Bunny, Paramore. I have a very diverse type of Red Hot Chili Peppers, things I've always grown up. My dad was always playing in our car, in our Hummer, so.
Yeah, I think I was talking about this the other day. I went and saw Avatar the other day, and I'm not young, and I loved it.
Nice.
And I thought that there was going to be this point in my life where I'd be like, I'm going to put this stuff away. Now, 35 years into my career, here we are, and I'm still going to all these metal shows. I guess it probably never leaves you, right?
I would hope it doesn't. I think music is one of those things that keeps you young and it keeps you fresh and it keeps you alive. So I know that, I was raised a lot by my grandmother and my grandpa, and they would go see live music together every single Monday and Wednesday. They would go to blues bars together till the day he died. So music was like I said, I just see how it keeps people together. It keeps people young, and you can't stop listening or playing or going to shows.
Yeah, my dad at my age would never have gone to see a show like what I saw the other night. There's no question about it. I gave him TSO tickets. I thought he is going to love this. He hated it. He said, it's too loud. It's too bright.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, man, 2025's been good. You got a lot of stuff happening in 2026 as well, it sounds like.
2026 is going to be pretty big for us. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on that we can't announce yet.
Okay.
But I think from like August on, it's going to be like nonstop for us. The one thing we can talk about is we were going on the Chris Jericho cruise. We're doing that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
A little rock wrestling rager.
We have
and
NAMM
in January we're doing
John
the
5.
NAMM show.
John
we're
5,
doing
yeah.
a show with
Living Color. I'm so excited for that.
That's going to be really fun.
Really cool.
Yeah. Have you guys met John 5 before?
I don't know.
He is one of the nicest guys.
Really?
Super nice.
Yeah, John's great, and he's from the east side here, far away from where you grew up. It's the
Yeah.
east side and the west side here are two
Very
different worlds.
different worlds. Yeah.
But John's great. I just saw him a couple weeks ago. He's so good. He never misses a note, it seems like.
Nope.
But yeah, and then Jericho, that thing sounds like fun. I know that he does that every year, but he's a good guy. I've known him for quite a while. And
He's such a kind person
Yeah.
and helpful person, and just such a big spirit, you know? He's great.
and he's a worldwide celebrity.
Oh yeah, whenever you go anywhere with Jericho, it's nonstop autographs and photos
He
for
doesn't
him.
act like it though.
He doesn't act like it at all.
He's
Yeah.
very like sincere and genuine.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot. We met him at the wedding too.
Oh, you guys are all at the wedding then?
Yeah,
Wow.
we're all there.
Did you guys jam on stage? I don't know who.
No.
No?
I didn't want to sing or do anything I just got completely wasted and danced on.
She was all night. You enjoyed yourself.
I just wanted to get crunk.
Well, I'm so happy for you. It's cool. So have you heard the new Anthrax record?
I have. A time or two.
Okay. Anything you could say about it? Without getting in trouble? I don't want to get you in trouble.
No, to be honest with you, I love it. I think had just started dating Charlie when he was actually our first date. I picked him up from the studio when he was recording For All Kings. So I was there for that. And I think this album is better than that album. That album's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. As a kid, you said that you thought more about your funeral than your wedding. Who could have ever thunk that the God of Thunder would be there officiating your wedding? That's incredible.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible.
To understate it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very lucky for everything that ever happens to me. You know what I mean? I feel very privileged to have the moments that I have, and even more so to be able to share moments like that with people that I love who may never ever get a chance to have a moment like that. Like I got more of a kick out of seeing my friends interact with him, if that makes sense.
No,
like
it
my
makes
high
total
school friends
sense.
whose minds were completely blown. I have a next door neighbor. Now I live in the suburbs now in Chicago, right? And I have a next door neighbor that I go to Orange Theory with in the morning, and I saw her speaking Yiddish with fucking Gene. Sorry, I can't say that.
You're fine.
I saw her speaking Yiddish with Gene Simmons, and it's like, that's crazy. So it's more like I've seen a lot of things. I've gotten to do a lot of things. I'm very lucky, and if I can show someone else a good time, then I think that's what life's about.
I completely understand it 100% because I'm the same way. I've been able to do a lot of cool things in my life, and I like to share those experiences with other people.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, to kind of put it how I like to put it. It's like, who gets to go get their picture taken in the hallway at the machine shop. Like I've done that a bunch of times. Some people think that's like the coolest thing.
Yeah, and honestly too, I find more joy in like small moments now, like finding an awesome latte at a local coffee shop. And maybe that sounds silly too, but I just I think the little moments are where it's at rather than like the big giant moments.
No, one of my friends one time told me, I'll never forget this, 30 years ago, he goes, it's the little things. And it is. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Well, you guys, like I said, sold out show at the Machine Shop. You're touring till just a couple more shows here a little bit, and then you're going to take the winter off.
We get to go home December 22nd and go spend Christmas with our families. Got a show in January and some exciting stuff coming up in the spring and then the fall.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Carla and girls, thank you guys so much for coming in the Violent Hour. Oh, by the way, before I forget, what's with the Lords of Acid? What's happening with that right now?
Yeah, so I just finished recording the vocals for the new Lords of Acid album. That's another like pinch me thing. You know, I was obsessed. Growing up in Detroit, it's like you've got such a weird variety of music that you love. So like Guns N' Roses, Pantera, and throw in some electronic weird dance music like Lords of Acid. But I used to sneak out and go to City Club and dance all night to Lords of Acid. And so when they asked me to be the Acid Queen, I was like, yes, yes, and yes. And so it's great. It's low commitment, you know. They don't tour very often, but to have my voice on a record that means so much to me is like huge for me. And then we'll probably do a tour sometime this year and come back through town. So if you're around, you got to come see the show. It's completely different from everything else that I do, but so much fun. I'm like a different person up there.
I can't wait to see that. Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, so you said in 2026, are we doing some dates with them?
Yeah.
Just some dates sporadically here and there?
I think we'll have a tour in the spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, touring in spring, got this band in the summertime and dropping records.
This band is my priority. Yeah. So, this is my baby. And we're going to take it as far as it'll go. But when I have off time, I'll be in the bus with Lords of Acid.
There you go. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in and enjoy Detroit.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.